Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of the Casual Comic Cast, the special May the 4th Be With You edition. It's all about Star Wars news today. I, of course, am Matt Staten, your resident DC, but this time Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't think that intro works.
I don't think it works as well for this one.
Yeah,
and of course,
normally the Marvel news.
Yeah, normally your Marvel side.
We've got this special episode here.
Misa can go into this voice if you want. Misa, know how much you love Jar Jar.
I knew it was gonna come out at some point, folks.
I thought about introing that way. I decided not to.
Alright, so to get into the Star Wars news.
No, I've got something about Battlefront, but I don't know where you.
That's actually good because of the fact that I meant to look up some stuff about that, but I did not. So
well, the main thing is Battlefront is apparently spoiling things. Just saying.
Spoiling things for the next movie.
Yep.
The movie that comes out later this year. Episode is 8. I almost said 7.
7 came out. It was very good.
Yes. Well, I guess we could. Do we want to start with that? Do we want to start strong?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to start with. I mean, I'm on a website currently picking out news.
Well, the big talk in recent weeks, which I feel like it's possibly kind of died down now, maybe, but when that trailer dropped for the Star Wars, that little bit of a trailer that didn't really show that much, but people were talking about the Luke saying the Last Jedi or whatever.
The speculations of Luke either becoming a Sith Lord or just dying or whatever. Basically,
what that situation is Luke actually is the Last Jedi. He's just saying the Jedi need to end. And then that leads the question of, what is Rey?
Yeah, because she can use a lightsaber, which from what we know
is a Jedi.
Technically, only Jedi can use a lightsaber.
Which there's the whole speculation of Finn's been using the lightsaber.
Exactly.
So is Finn low-key a Jedi too? But he was just taken from childhood and turned into supposedly be a stormtrooper. Yeah. And you think about it too. Actually, he's the only person that actually broke out of the mind control.
Yeah, he's the only stormtrooper to ever break off.
So maybe.
Not to mention we don't know Rey's parents either. So there's the whole speculation of that.
I think
everything is shrouded.
Rey is related to Kylo Ren in some sort of manner, so
we'll find out.
There's that.
How that is.
I feel like it would be Luke, but at the same time, I guess you never know. But anyway, so Finn has that aspect that he could be a Jedi, and then I think Luke referring to the Last Jedi, he's referring to himself and saying the Jedi need to come to an end, and so Luke, we know, went off on this.
On Spirit Quest, whatever you want to call it.
He was trying to find the what is it, the Temple of the Jedi, like whatever the... I'm probably getting it wrong, I'm sorry, but...
More likely.
He was looking for some kind of like the books, and like the old ways of the Jedi, basically. He was
the old order, pretty much.
Yeah. He was looking for the oldest testament, if you will, kind of. And he went on this journey, and...
Him and his robotic hand.
In that, he found it's Guardians of the...
I thought for a second you were about to say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Close. Not really.
I thought for just a second. I'm like, whoa.
Guardians of the Whills.
Guardians of the Whills.
So, the Whills are actually this, like... I don't know if I don't think you would really call it a being, because it's not really a thing. But they were whatever came prior to the Jedi. So they have this prior experience with the Force than what the Jedi had. So I think that what Luke is saying by the Jedi need to come to an end, I'd say
kind of
that Rey is becoming a will or whatever that is.
So we're kind of just to put in layman's terms, we're kind of seeing the end of the Jedi and the revival of the Whills. Well, speculation.
Basically,
that's what we're saying.
I'd say that is along the lines of where we're going with, because filmmaker Rian Johnson says the Last Jedi in singular is singular and refers to Luke Skywalker. So therefore,
the director says it. That means it's right.
That is the case. Luke Skywalker is the Last Jedi. So therefore, that means Rey has to be something else, and the only thing that we know of is Whills at this point.
Yeah, from the little bit that
From the little bit of that trailer, because you can see the logo and the Journal of the Whills there.
Now, speaking of the director, I just want to put this into play. I've got an article here that apparently states the director, Rian Johnson, is not involved with Episode 9 script. Which, that's kind of questionable. I mean, don't get me wrong, when you're writing a script, you don't need the director to kind of move it along in order. But the fact that the director's not involved with the next script, or at least the director of the last movie is not involved with the next script, kind of scares me, because that means they can kind of do whatever they want. They don't have to follow exactly.
So it could differ a little.
So Episode 9 technically might be a different movie than what we are really getting in Episode 8. Not that I'm saying it's going to be a bad thing, not that I'm saying it's going to be a good thing. That just doesn't seem to be the right situation. I mean, apparently, though, as I'm reading here just a bit, he was supposed to write the script for Episode 9. And it's not going to be the case, apparently. So
maybe some more interesting things to touch on from later weeks.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see exactly how that goes, more so than anything.
But I saw a interview with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh man, Sam Jackson.
And he was saying Mace Windu is not dead.
Yeah, I heard
so
about
he
that.
He left
really badly wants to come back as Mace Windu, and he's trying his hardest to come back as Mace Windu.
He left it off with Mace Windu is awaiting his return.
Yeah. Oh man.
So,
I love Samuel L. Jackson.
And then
I love Samuel L. Jackson, but we don't need Mace Windu back. It's not a necessity.
At the same time, I also saw the this will be your favorite. I saw the speculation or the fan theory with the whole Jar Jar thing.
Yes, Jar Jar was supposed to be a Sith Lord.
And then they made somebody made
the Last Jedi poster, or
they made the Last Jedi poster with
those memes have
Jar
become
Jar.
amazing.
And so like that was carried on in an interview.
Misa was supposed to be Sith Lord. Misa killed Annie.
Somebody was actually trying to carry that on. Obviously, that's never going to happen, but that's just like a fun little fan theory.
I just love the idea of just Jar Jar walking around. Annie, I don't know if it's a good idea to blow up Naboo. Maybe we should blow up the other planet. I told you not to call me that. But Annie... That would have been just humorous as hell. I mean, too bad everyone hated Jar Jar more than anything else. I would have loved though seeing him as Sith Lord.
It probably would have made him more of a badass character.
It would have made it so much funnier though if he had kept the same voice and it didn't change at all. So literally you have a Sith Lord that's trying to kill you going, Misa going to kill you now!
I think that's probably why they maybe didn't do it.
Well,
because then it would have made it out to be a joke
I
instead
think
of
it
an
was
intimidating factor.
Mainly because everybody hated him. At least that was according to Lucas. Now back to the episode 7, 8, and 9 news, which 7's not involved in this really.
So back to the journal aspect. The journal of the Whills is actually supposed to make you more powerful than the Jedi and the Sith, or Jedi or the Sith.
That's how Jar Jar's gonna come back right there.
So that's another thing is Rey in the trailer. She was talking about the light and the dark. Mm-hmm. So I think that she is like going to be the balance in the Force finally, as well as
she's what Annie was supposed to be.
Yeah, so she's gonna finally be the balance, as well as she's not gonna be a Jedi. She'll be a Will.
Yeah, is
what it sort of seems like is going down this path.
She will bring balance to the Force.
And then we have that question with Finn.
Do or do not. There is no try.
So what other news did you...
Well, we got I knew that we had gotten a release date for episode 9, and I just decided to pop that up just so I could refresh on that. Release date for episode 9 is officially May 24th, 2019. So it's going to be a nice spot. It's going to be nice in the summer for episode 9, and I really don't think it's going to conflict with anything. We also got Indiana Jones news here, but we won't go over that. But Memorial Day weekend, going to be Star Wars Palooza pretty much there in 2019.
Well, it's interesting that they've set it up to where it's coming out in May 24th, because if you think about it, the next
20 days after 20 days and 2 years after this video comes out.
Okay, anyways, if you think about it, it's within the same month as the 4th Avengers movie comes out. And
really?
They're both big name Disney products.
That
makes no sense to compete with yourself.
Well, I don't think it's competing. I just think they're kind of stacking. I don't like that they're doing that.
But it might ruin the
That's going to influence the buys. That's definitely going to influence.
I think that Star Wars should stick with their December release dates rather than going into the Avengers area, because that Avengers is typically, like, the Marvel's films, their big film for the year is usually around May time frame.
Yeah.
So why would you put both of those big names? Granted, they are kind of different. I get it. So not everybody that sees Avengers is going to see Star Wars.
Not everybody that sees Star Wars is going to go see it.
But at the same time, they're still both extremely big names, and you're going to, from the same company at that. And you're going to stack them in the same month.
That's where
it's like 2 or 3 weeks apart. Like, you're not giving it that much time.
Well, that's where I think they don't see the issue in it. It's their movie. If it was like a DC or a Warner Brothers movie, maybe they'd hold off. I don't see them having an issue putting, let's just put Avengers 4 here. Yeah, it'll sell really well for 2 to 3 weeks, and then boom, Star Wars. That'll sell extremely well first week. We're going to make records. Not that every Disney employee sounds like that. That's just the first thing that came to mind to make that voice. But I could easily see them thinking, let's get a hype train going with Avengers 4 and then drop Star Wars just a little bit after that so that the hype train continues to roll and money continues to flush in. That's probably more so what it is than them going, big movie.
But at the same time, those of us that do want to see both, too, the fans that see both, it could affect you because not everybody goes out to the movies that frequently.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the big thing.
That's
where they could be screwing themselves putting it that close, because then you don't have that time gap. Mm-hmm. Not everybody goes out maybe more than once a month or whatever to the movies. I mean, think about it. I mean,
I'll agree with you. The whole aspect of going to the movies. Oh, now it's only.
I'll go.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's only
not
twice.
Everybody.
Now, some people would look at it as, oh, you're only going twice. Some people don't. They go like once every 3 months. They go like once a year. I normally don't go to the theater when I don't have the money to do it most of the time. So,
which could be the case with a lot of people, or some people they're like. It looks good, but we can wait till it comes out on Redbox or whatever.
Something to that effect. So, kind of just placing 2 movies like that.
More than likely, the people that want to see both, they're going to pick which one they're going to be the most interested in, see it, and then they'll wait for the Redbox or something for the other one.
Well, it depends, though, because you've got your fanatics of both, and they're going to go see it no matter what.
I'll go see both.
Yeah. You got your people that are going to go to the
Although
theater.
I never did I didn't see Rogue One yet.
Rogue One? Yeah,
I never saw that in theater. So actually, I might not see both. But
well, I didn't see 7 in theaters. One for the fact I didn't have the money for it, and I kind of forgot about it at one point.
No, I did see that one. So
7 was great. 7 was so good. But what was I gonna? Where was my train of thought going? Oh, there we go. I found it. It got back on the rails. The fact that you're putting 2 movies that close together in a month makes it seem like they want to try and force people to go out to see it and force people to kind of put in that theater revenue. The only issue is, nowadays especially, people aren't going to be as crazy to be like, oh man, it's Star Wars. I definitely need to go see that. You'll have your Star Wars fanatics that'll definitely do it. They'll be lining up outside the theater a day early. That's always what happens. in full cosplay and everything, which I don't blame them. That's a great idea.
Hey, but a day early just
Yeah,
seems a bit much.
you know
if
what
you've
I
already
mean.
got your tickets.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
Honestly, I think some people probably do.
I know, but nonetheless, you got your fanatics that'll do that, and then you have kind of your casual fans, more or less. I don't want to say straight up us, but more or less people like us and other people that aren't going to be like, oh man, I have to go see that movie immediately.
Well, see,
absolutely.
See, that's the thing is, I already said I didn't see Rogue One. You didn't see Rogue One in theater. We're not like our other friends, you know. That
they're
know, like
we know people.
Midnight release, and they take off work and they go see it. So we're not that big.
Yeah,
Star Wars is good.
I love me some Star Wars, but
Star Wars is good. Obviously, we're giving it some special video here, but at the same time, I'm more of a Marvel guy still.
Yeah, we're much more big on our comic stuff than our Star Wars stuff. But for the people who enjoy it a ton, the fanatics are going to go out nonetheless. They're going to go see it no matter when it drops. Whether they've gone to the theater 4 times, 5 times, 7 times, they might go see that movie 7 times within the month. Who knows? I don't know what they do, but you've got those
that
people.
I've seen excessively was one of the Furious movies, and I think Fast 5. Non-comic related.
Yeah, non-comic related. But you've got those people, and that'll happen. For a casual viewer nowadays, you kind of aren't stressed to go out and see a movie because you're expecting, after about a month of it being out of theaters, it's going to be on DVD and on Netflix. So you can just stay home and be like, okay, about 2 months, I can watch it on Netflix, get DVD. They all sound like the Disney reps.
That was my plan with Rogue One. I was just like, I'll get it when it comes out.
You'll wait.
I'm sure it's a good movie. I've heard that it's actually the most
I've heard it's very
warlike movie out of the Star Wars movies.
Well,
It's like a lot of violence.
I think it helps that it's just kind of, I don't want to say non-canon, but it's just kind of on a platform of its own.
Well, it's like in between.
Yeah.
And supposedly Darth Vader shows up and like murders like everybody at one point.
Yep.
But so I've heard that it is good, and I do plan on buying it.
It looks
but
good.
I just haven't taken the time. But
that's the issue with their placement of that movie. It's a good time frame in my opinion, because summer's a perfect time to put out a big name movie because people have time off, they can go to the movies.
But at the same time, if you think about it, December is too because it's Christmas time. People that are like your family wants to go see it. You go see it as a family. I think that would be actually, honestly, a bigger time frame.
Well, I think the main thing,
that's just me.
And this is just me looking at it from a marketing standpoint. Kids, they're gonna be out of school. They're gonna pretty much have the whole summer.
Mom, let's go to this movie this week. Let's go to this movie. Let's go to this movie.
Exactly. Like, Avengers drops, that's gonna have a bunch of kids in it. We all know that. Star Wars drops, a bunch of kids are going to want to go see that. Especially nowadays with Star Wars being so much more mainstream than it used to be.
You know, as sad as that is, the people that talk out like that, like the kids, and then there's also the obnoxious people that go to the theaters like on the first day and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's not saying like the ones that go.
There's not everybody that's like that, but
I'm saying,
a couple.
No, I'm not saying the ones that go. Like they're obnoxious because they go. I'm saying they're obnoxious because they talk a lot while they're in there.
Yeah.
And usually those are the ones that go early on, and because the theater's crowded, there's a lot of talking. And so that's why sometimes that differs me. It makes me be like,
and
maybe
we've normally gone in the middle of the week.
Or we wait till the next day because like on Friday during the day, people are at work. So we usually try to plan it for that.
Yeah, and then we get almost the whole theater to ourselves for the most part, so we're just chilling there being like, oh, this is a great movie. But that's the only thing that makes me think that's why they're putting it out in the summer. You got kids that are going to be out of school. You got teenagers that are going to be out of school. You got a bunch of people that are going to have nothing to do. Big movies dropping. That, it just seems to be, I know you're looking at the other articles that are on this site.
Marvel related.
Yeah, I know.
We already got on for a little bit of Marvel right
We already went off on that. But it's a good strategy, marketing-wise. I just don't know if it's going to work in their best interest for them. So any more news you got? Because I got Battlefront stuff.
I don't really have anything else other than the Boba Fett rumor, whether that's confirmed
Oh,
or whatever,
no,
the Boba Fett movie.
The Boba Fett movie has been a thing for so long that it's been a movie that's going to come out that lost its director, so it's not coming out. Oh, wait, it's going to come out again. No, never mind, it's not coming out. All production hell. Oh, nope, it's coming out. No, never mind, back in production hell.
Nobody knows.
It's stuck in production purgatory, and it's going to be just like all the movies that are in there, and we're never going to know.
Well, I think that with this new aspect that Disney is doing, they are having a Star Wars movie come out every year. Granted, every other year is obviously the big ones, and then they have their spin-offs, like Han Solo is going
the Han
to be
Solo
next
flick,
year.
which is going to hopefully be extreme.
Which, by the way, I think there was somebody that came out and they said Han Solo is going to be making a different name for himself or something. Like, I don't know if that means, like, there was this whole thing, everybody blowing up and kind of being worried about he wasn't going to actually be called Han Solo in the movie, and then he gets like a nickname, and his nickname is Han Solo or something, and everybody was like getting really pissed off that Han Solo wasn't just his name, and like, more or less, that was just the internet blowing up.
Yeah, that's the internet being the internet.
But I figured I might as well give that a mention.
I hate to compare it to something, but it's just like when the Joker got dropped and the internet exploded over how much they hated the tattoos. So it's the same situation. You're going to whine and cry until you see it, and then you might actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying one way or another.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I found it kind of a funny little thing that I stumbled on, that people just seem to be blowing up about it. Personally, why don't you just wait till the movie comes out, watch it, bam, you can
have your first impressions, and then it's just going to be like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Or, oh, I knew that would be terrible. It's always what it is.
Hey, we already know that people get crazy on the internet over something. I've been a victim.
Yeah,
I did it in the first podcast on this channel. I went crazy about Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and then you went on your little rant.
Batman Beyond live action movie that I still want DC.
So we're all victims. We're not saying we're better than anybody.
No. That's what the internet does to you. Being on the internet and being able to use it with social media. That's just what it does to you.
But anyways, we'll get into your...
Okay, Battlefront 2. We know it's coming out. Great video game. Following up on the success of the newest Battlefront game that came out. We got some new characters in it. You might know them pretty well. Kylo Ren and Rey are going to be in the game. However, they kind of spoiled the fact that they're utilizing their new gear.
From episode 8?
Yes.
Huh.
So they showed off, let's see if I can find the article here. I had it up at one point and I don't have it up anymore, and I feel bad for not.
Well, I do know that the Battlefront 2 game, they have, like, it's supposed to cover all the movies. It's like all of the stories, they're all there. But I do know that much.
I know that they have a picture of both Kylo Ren and Rey in their gear. I can't even find it anymore. Well, whatever. I know they've got a picture of both of them in their gear on at least from the article that I saw for the promo. And as far as I knew there were talks and I guess a couple images out of Kylo Ren's new attire. Because I'd heard about that before already. I didn't know Rey had a whole new look going.
Well, if you think about it, though, the game drops in November, I believe.
So it's coming out. Yeah,
so it comes out before the movie anyways. So it's going to spoil it no matter what. So who the hell cares?
I want to know, though, marketing-wise, whose idea was that?
Like, that, if that was the case, though, if you were going to go with the new costumes, though, and you didn't want to spoil it, say somebody did mess up or whatever, then, if you didn't want to spoil it, why didn't you just make the costumes DLC?
That I don't know.
Because you already knew the game's coming out a month before the movie. Or roughly a month.
Yeah. A couple weeks. But I don't see... Why is it that you'd be like, oh man, we're going to bring this game out right before the movie. The movie that hasn't been out, but we're using the gear from. And probably has some story elements from that movie in the game. It's just like... You know what would have been a smarter idea? Have the movie and then maybe 2 weeks later drop the game. You're not only riding high off the movie.
I think it's more or less at this point, though, the release date of November it's just to get people with the Black Friday shopping.
You're probably
for
right.
Christmas time.
You're probably right. I don't utilize it at
So-
all anymore. I don't utilize Black Friday at
To
all.
be honest, those of you that are watching, take a piece of advice. Okay?
Don't go out on Black Friday.
Well, one, it's chaotic. Two, at least as far as video games aspects goes and stuff like that, I've learned that I've bought some stuff on Black Friday, and then like the next week, the deals are actually like a lot. Like I mean, a lot better. Like if I were you, I'd maybe buy them, but then don't open them, and then see what happens next week, and then
return it if need be to get cheaper.
Yeah, because trust me, yeah, I learned my lesson this past year. But I was able to, I did that. I didn't open my stuff, and I went and returned it and got the better prices. But Black Friday's not always better. It's just a way to trick people into spending money. So watch yourself.
Well, apparently that's what they're going to do with Battlefront.
Yeah.
Give it to you for Black Friday.
Because I bet you $1 million it's not going to be on sale.
Oh, you're probably
It probably
right.
won't be.
You're probably
with
right.
it coming out in November, it's not going to be on sale.
More than likely, no.
But I bet you what? It might be on a little bit of a sale.
Probably like
December,
$5-10
maybe January. So if you wait till after Christmas, then they'll give you the sale, and it's just like, oh, we already had all this. Everybody almost bought their copies, so they all got screwed out of the money, you know?
So, nonetheless,
Marketing people.
Nonetheless, we're getting Battlefront 2
Don't give
before
in to
the
corporations.
game, before the game drops, or before the movie drops, and they're gonna give us spoilers. Whether it be attire or I'm sure there's gonna be some story elements of Episode 8 in the game.
Probably, but there is DLC too, so maybe they did hold off on DLC, but maybe just the trailer just kind of.
Yeah, maybe they're giving the outfits away.
Yeah.
Now, and they'll probably be adding more once the movie drops, and once people can get more excited. Maybe Snoke will be in them
because
in the game.
I know
the
that
DLC.
I know that Battlefront 1 actually got DLC from Episode 7, but it was like after the movie, obviously, and stuff like that. But there was DLC, so
it made sense.
It's possible that we'll see obviously DLC, but
I mean, it's a giant question mark at this point. But hey, I would love it though if Battlefront 2 came out and then they announced after the movie that Snoke was a playable character. Because I could just see Snoke with his puppety looking face and arms being all like do 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 do. He wouldn't even do that.
What? Some more.
I would love it though.
Some
I just
more
want
about the
Snoke
game.
in the game now.
With
his golden
They're
beard.
making the Galactic Conquest, and like basically a lot of the good things from the original Battlefront 1 and 2 from the PS2, or well, I guess technically Xbox and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But
The classic old school one that everyone reminisces about.
they're bringing a lot of the aspects of that game back, those games back, which is awesome because Star Wars Battlefront 1, like the original back in like PS2, Xbox time frame.
Never was a big fan of those games, but that's because
best
I'm not a
one.
shooter guy, so
Well,
trust me, I loved watching people play it because it was just fun to watch people play it.
it was the best one, and when I heard that Star Wars Battlefront was coming out, I thought that I was like, yes, they're going to come out with this
I
other thing.
remember hearing everybody's excitement.
And then I found out that they weren't bringing those aspects back, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to probably get a lot of bash in this. We're going to see it in the comments, but I didn't care for it. I immediately, as soon as I knew that none of that aspect was in the game, I was just like, okay, you just lost any purchase from me because I didn't give a crap. Didn't.
Oh man, Battlefront's coming out. They're just remaking the first one, right? Entirely different game. Nope.
I played the beta and I was just like, it's still okay. Like it's still a good game, but it's just like, come on, you took like all the good aspects out of the game. Like
but now at least
you
you're gonna
literally
get
just
Conquest.
they pretty much made. I mean, it was made from the people that do Battlefield, right? So they pretty much just made a Star Wars
with
game.
a Star Wars layout over top of it.
That's pretty much what it was for this remade one, and
now,
that's why I was irritated. I was just like, I don't even. That's another thing. I'm not even really that big of a fan of Battlefield. I prefer other games, so that's probably why I didn't care for the Star Wars Battlefront game because I was just like,
maybe you have to give a little bit of hope to the company that made the game and just be like, you know what? This is your first time going to Battlefield.
Well,
Battlefront. Maybe in 2 you'll do better.
Well, that's the thing is the second one they supposedly listened to like fan feedback of things that they wanted, and that's why they're bringing other aspects in from like the older games.
Well, that's good.
And so I have high hopes for this game.
Never do that.
But higher hopes than the first one.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. Higher hopes than the first one, because the first one, as soon as I knew that, I was like, did not care. However, I did manage to get it on. I got that one on a nice Black Friday deal though.
Well, there you go.
I got the ultimate version of that came with all the DLC for $20. $20. That was worth it. Buying it full price though, plus paying for the DLC separately.
Nope.
No. Not a good enough game. I'm sorry for those of you that really like that game, but no. My opinion, no.
Well, I think that covers everything. We've gone from... Oh, wait a minute.
One little interesting piece of
we got a fun fact?
It's not necessarily a fun...
Okay.
Well, kind of.
Okay.
Because it is factual. We're into the new month. We're in May.
Yeah.
Xbox and PlayStation usually have their free games for the month.
They should have it by now.
Xbox's free game right now, The Force Unleashed 2.
Oh, man.
Is now backwards compatible for the Xbox One. So those of you that have Xbox, go download that.
Too bad I only have a PlayStation, because I actually like The Force Unleashed a lot.
I have The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2, thanks to them both being free on the Xbox.
Oh, man, I love Starkiller.
Go and download that, guys.
Starkiller is great. Starkiller is great. Okay, guys, thanks for watching our May the 4th Be With You special. I don't know how many times we're going to do this. We're probably not going to do this very often. Not many specials, at least. Depends.
I feel like Star Wars is the only one that has its own separate day, that gets its own special. So
well, hey, we will do live specials.
Getting one later.
And I think that sets up exactly.
In what, two days from this video?
Yeah, just a couple days from when this is posted on May the 4th. We'll be doing that live review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Dose. And we'll see if it lives up to all the expectation, which it probably will, and it's probably going to be great.
More than likely during that, though, we'll probably do our normal talks.
I'm sure.
We'll just go ahead and knock it out, but the primary aspect is the review.
Yeah, we'll be going over a lot of stuff probably in that live one. So we'll catch you guys then. And remember, you don't have to know everything to call yourself a nerd.